Hey, how's it going guys? I'm Ryus and welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well. Welcome back to another Onmyoji guide video. Today's topic will be how to clear chapter 2 story battles. This was actually a request, so I might as well make a guide on how to clear all the story battles. But before that, if you didn't know, you can unlock more story by going to the mission tab and click on the special quest. The mission usually require you to buy stuff from the grocery, so you have to check them regularly to see if they're carrying the item that you're looking for. Alright, let's get into it, shall we? So for chapter 2 we have 3 battles on part 2, 3 and 4. Let's start with part 2 first. We're just going to use this basic Inugami and Hooka deck that I modified a bit. If you don't have some of the cards here, you can replace it with whatever you have. You really don't want to be spending too much talisman just to complete a story battle. And as usual, my decklist is not an absolute decklist you have to follow. You can use other decks if you want. I'm here just showing the cheap option. So the first thing you have to look when starting a story battle is check this little icon on the top and the bottom of each player avatar. Each battle has a unique buff for that battle only. The opponent will get first turn and gets the first hit and draws 2 cards. For this battle, we have Kingyo's assistance for our buff. Its effect is, whenever we play 2 cards or more in one turn, it will summon Kingyo, a 2 attack 8 health Shikigami that has the ability to knock back any Shikigami that battles with it. And it seems that for this battle, the opponent doesn't have any buff, so you can proceed normally. So on our turn, we are going to take advantage of our Kingyo buff and activates Phoenix Cry and Sakura's form card. The opponent will heal Shuten and attacks, but it is bounced back by our Kingyo. We don't really need to worry about Shuten getting bigger, because we can do this. If your Kingyo is low on health, you can just activate 2 cards and it will spawn a new Kingyo at the end of your turn. For Yamawaro, while his attack is big, he's easy to deal with because of his low HP. On our turn, we are going to use Hooka's form to increase our non-attack damage by 1. Then we will deal 2 damage to all of the opponent's Shikigami and plus 2 damage from Hooka's base skill. On the opponent's turn, they are going to activate Momo's second form, which would be pretty dangerous if this were a ranked match, but we should be okay. He also activates Momo Rally buff, which gives 2 attack and shield. On our turn, we are going to evolve Hooka and boost Inugami's attack and health while also refreshing our Kingyo. If you're using an aggro deck, you could have finished this faster. On their turn, they're going to attack with Umibozu. The reason why Umibozu isn't bouncing is because Kingyo didn't manage to deal any damage to him. On our turn, we are going to decrease Umibozu's attack and kill him with Inugami. Because we have Sakura's first form, Inugami will be healed whenever he attacks. On their turn, they are going to use Yamawaro's combat card, then activate the form card so he doesn't die, and activates another Momo's rally buff. On our turn, we are going to activate Flower Cloud Oath to heal Inugami and mess with them a little bit. Shuten will be healed by Momo and attacks our Inugami, who almost got killed, but fortunately, we have his form card. With this, all of his cards will gain fast. We activate his spell to increase his attack, and Hooka will deal 2 damage, leaving Shuten with 1 health, which we're going to attack with Hangan, sacrificing him in the process. And at the end of the turn, a Kingyo will spawn. At the start of the opponent's turn, Yamawaro's form card takes effect and attacks automatically. Umibozu will heal all the Shikigami by 3, then Yamawaro activates his combat card. But our Kingyo is still standing. But then, the opponent attacks with Umibozu, killing our Kingyo. On our turn, we're just going to attack 3 times using Inugami's combat card and Assault. And at the end of the turn, a Kingyo will spawn because we use 2 cards. On their turn, Yamawaro will attack automatically again. And this time, Momo will be the one to kill our Kingyo. Yamawaro will use his last combat card. And on our turn, we are going to kill Momo using Hangan's death penalty, and we are going to evolve him. On their turn, Yamawaro will die because of his own auto attack. Now, the opponent doesn't have anything to use against us. So on our turn, we're going to use Condemn on Hangan and execute him. For part 3 battle, we're still using the same deck, and this time the opponent has a buff that grants the Shikigami on the combat zone at the start of their turn 3 attack. It's not a permanent attack gain, so you don't have to worry as long as you can kill it. On our turn, we're just going to kill Kusa using Hangan's spell and attack directly. The opponent is just going to attack and use Inugami stats up spell. On our turn, we're going to do the same thing and activates Phoenix Cry to trigger Hooka's ability, killing the opponent's Inugami and spawning Kingyo at the end of the turn. The opponent is going to attack Kingyo with Yamawaro and end their turn. This either means they don't have the cards to use or saving it for later. We're going to evolve Hooka and activates Phoenix Cry to spawn a new Kingyo at the end of the turn. The opponent will use Samurai combat card and using a form card on Yamawaro. On our turn, we are finally going to use Phoenix Flame on Samurai and boosting our Inugami. I'm just going to fast forward this battle because it gets a bit repetitive. In short, in part 3 battle, you just have to take advantage of Kingyo to bounce back their Shikigami so they don't get the stats boost. Now that the opponent made the mistake of attacking with a unit with no shield, on our turn we just attack with Inugami. But for extra safety measure, I'm going to use death penalty on Kusa. Then we actually attack with Inugami for game. And for our last battle on chapter 2, our enemy buff is every 2 turns they will bounce back our Shikigami in the combat zone, effectively making our Kingyo almost useless. But no need to worry, we're still going to win this, although I did play around a bit too much and almost got my ass handed to me. On our turn, we're going to kill our Inugami by ramming it to Otengu and ending our turn. I killed Inugami because I currently don't have any healing cards, so ramming it is the second best option. The opponent isn't doing anything impressive either, so on our turn, we're going to put a form card on Hooka, then kill Yuki Onna with Hangan Spell, spawning Kingyo at the end, but once again met with the opponent's skill. The opponent attacks 2 times with Otengu and Yotohime combat card. Then on our turn we're going to use Phoenix Flame to kill Yuki and Yotohime. I misplayed here, I should have played Hangan's Evolve card first, so I can get 2 life and 2 damage for the opponent. At the end phase, we spawn another Kingyo, and this time it survives! The opponent has nothing and isn't willing to sacrifice his last Shikigami, so he passed. On our turn, we are going to evolve Sakura and attack with Inugami. On the opponent's turn, Inugami will get bounced back, and he will attack with Otengu and use Yuki Onna's spell to stun our Hoka and deal 1 damage to Hangan. On our turn, we are going to kill Yuki Onna once again with Hangan's spell and put a form card on Sakura, spawning Kingyo at the end.
冬は時に残酷になる。世界の主は我が掌握する。雪も暖かいんだよ。
The opponent tries their best to kill Kingyo, and they succeeded, but at what cost? On our turn, we drew the perfect card. We are going to use Blossom Snow to kill Otengu and Yotohime. Then, the effect will trigger once more because we killed a Shikigami, and this extends their cooldown. So, I'm just going to fast forward a bit because this is just me doing shenanigans. But then, this happened, which made me sweat bullets because I thought I'll have to do over this battle if I lose and be ashamed because I lost a chapter 2 battle. But the heart of the cards always come through, and we killed Yuki with death penalty and hit for game. Or that's what I would do if I was actually smart. The opponent activates Otengu's spell to deal 6 damage randomly, which could very well kill us, but we got lucky and our top deck is looking awesome. So we activate Inugami combat card and finally goes for game. Well, that could have gone smoother, can it? Well, that's all for today's video. I certainly hope find it somewhat informative, and as usual, if you have any suggestions or any kind of feedback, leave it down in the comments. And oh, I'm planning to make a top-up guide for my Indonesian bros because of the currency difference, so look forward to that when it's finished. So, see you next video. Bye!